Hello again. Let's find a quiet space inside where presence gently unfolds. Today, I want to speak of the inner click as a single, delicate leaf turning in a quiet stream, a subtle shift that carries the promise of new understanding. It's not a thunderous revelation, but a whisper of change, soft yet profound. Our role here is not to produce these moments, but to nurture the conditions where they might arise, like tending a gentle garden where seeds of awareness can bloom. Our story today is not a lesson. It is simply a quiet space, a held space, where such a click might happen if it is ready. The title is You Don't Need to Change, You Need to Be. An inner journey. Whatever arises for you is welcome here. Chapter 1. As you settle in, imagine yourself in a lively park, where the sunlight filters softly through a canopy of leaves, casting dappled patterns on the ground. There are children's joyful shouts, their laughter floating lightly in the air, blending with the gentle rustling of leaves as a soft breeze moves through the trees. You can hear the distant hum of footsteps, the faint murmur of conversations, and the occasional chirp of birds settling into the branches. Somewhere nearby, a leaf drifts lazily down, turning slowly in the air, touching the ground with a whisper. Amidst all this motion, you find a quiet spot, perhaps on a bench or on the grass, and sit still, watching. Your gaze moves from the children running and playing, their bright colors vivid against the earth tones, to the leaves falling like silent blessings from above. You notice the textures, the rough bark of a tree, the coolness of the grass beneath your hands, the softness of a fallen leaf. And as you observe, a gentle feeling begins to stir within you, a sense of stillness amidst the activity. A quiet space inside that doesn't need to be filled or changed. And as we watch this scene unfold, I invite you to consider, what does that deep sense of peace feel like? Just for a moment, in your own body. Perhaps it's a gentle easing in your chest, a breath that softens or slows, a quiet opening in your mind. Just notice without judgment. There's no need to search for anything or to make it different. It's simply a moment to be present with what is. Maybe you feel a connection to that sense of letting go, of accepting what is happening right now. Just stay with that feeling, without a name, for a breath or two. And if a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you, you are welcome to share it below in comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Chapter 2. The early morning sky is soft and pale, a gentle hue that awakens slowly. Outside, a wise elderly woman moves quietly through her garden, her footsteps light on the cool earth. The air is filled with the delicate scent of blooming flowers and damp soil, and a gentle breeze whispers through the leaves. She carries a small watering can, its metal cool against her palms, and as she lifts it, tiny droplets shimmer in the morning light. She pauses, observing each little sprout that has pushed through the soil, tender and bright. She tends to each one with patience, watering softly, her touch gentle yet attentive. Her eyes hold a quiet understanding, a recognition that growth is not about rushing or forcing, but about nurturing what already exists. The sun rises a little higher, casting a warm glow that makes the dew sparkle like tiny stars. As she moves from plant to plant, she speaks softly to herself, a silent conversation of love and patience. The garden is her sanctuary, a place where life unfolds at its own perfect pace. And as we watch this woman care for her garden, gently observing the small beginnings of new life, what does that deep sense of patience and presence feel like? Just for a moment, in your own body. Perhaps you notice a quiet stillness settling within you, a gentle awareness of what is already here. It's as if the garden teaches us that growth isn't about pushing or rushing, but about loving what is unfolding in its own time. Just stay with that feeling, without needing to name it, for a breath or two. Maybe you feel a subtle connection to that sense of gentle patience, a reminder that everything blooms when the time is right. There's no need to search for anything today, only to notice what arises in this moment of presence. If a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you, you are welcome to share it below in comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Chapter 3. Today, we find ourselves in a quiet studio, where soft light spills gently through a large window, casting warm golden hues onto a canvas that waits patiently. In the corner, a young artist sits with her palette resting on her lap. She moves her brush, but the strokes feel uncertain, hesitant, as if the colors are resisting her touch. Her brow furrows, and a subtle tension fills the air. The sounds are gentle, the faint scratch of the brush on paper, the soft hum of the world outside. Yet inside her, frustration grows. She leans back slowly, her eyes drifting to the palette. The colors, vivid blues, warm reds, soothing greens, blend effortlessly on her palette, swirling and merging with ease, as if they are alive with their own quiet rhythm. She observes this, feeling the gentle flow of the pigments, and her breathing begins to soften. In that moment, she notices that her grip on control loosens, and a gentle awareness arises. Creativity isn't about forcing the colors to conform, but about observing how they naturally blend. When she allows herself to simply be present, she notices the stillness in her chest, the subtle pulse of her breath, and the peaceful acceptance that comes from letting go of the need to perfect. And as you listen to this scene, perhaps you can sense that same invitation. What would it be like, in your own moments, to observe your inner world without judgment, to see what naturally unfolds when you stop trying to control everything? Can you feel a gentle space opening within you? A place where acceptance and patience meet. Just notice that feeling, without trying to change it, without needing to understand it. Perhaps you feel a quiet connection to that sense of letting go. A gentle reminder that flow arises when you simply watch and be present. There's no need to search for anything, just to notice what arises in this moment. If a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you, you are welcome to share it below and comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Chapter 4. A traveler sits quietly on a silent train, watching as the scenery outside gently shifts past the window. The soft hum of the train moves beneath her, a steady rhythm that feels like a gentle heartbeat. Sunlight filters through the glass, casting warm patterns on her hands and face. Trees blur into streaks of green and gold, while distant hills roll smoothly into the horizon. She notices how each moment passes swiftly. Yet somehow, it all feels interconnected. Each tree, each cloud, each passing shadow part of a vast, quiet harmony. The wind whispers softly against the glass, carrying a sense of calm that seeps into her bones. She observes the fleeting nature of the scenery, not trying to hold on to anything, simply witnessing the dance of change. In this peaceful stillness, she begins to see how everything, people, places, emotions, is woven into a single, unified fabric. Nothing needs fixing, she thinks. Nothing needs to be different. It's enough to notice, to acknowledge the flow of life as it is. And as you listen to this quiet scene, perhaps you wonder, what if your own thoughts and feelings are like this passing landscape? What if they are parts of a larger whole that simply move through you, needing only acknowledgement? Maybe, just for a moment, you can imagine yourself as the traveler, observing the scenery within your own mind, noticing how each thought or emotion appears, and then gently moves on. There's no need to change or fix anything. Just notice how everything is interconnected, part of a bigger picture, fleeting, but never separate. Just stay with that feeling, without a name, for a breath or two. If a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you, you are welcome to share it below and comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Chapter 5. As you settle quietly, imagine a window softly illuminated by the gentle glow of evening light. Outside, rain begins to fall, tapping delicately against the glass, each drop a tiny percussion in a peaceful rhythm. Inside, a man sits by this window, his gaze softly fixed on the falling rain. He listens intently, not to analyze or judge, but simply to hear. The sound is gentle, like a whisper that rises and falls, blending with the hum of the room and the faint rustle of his clothes. His worries, for a moment, feel lighter, carried away by the steady beat of the rain. He feels the cool glass beneath his fingertips, the quiet coolness of the air, and the soft weight of his presence in this moment. The rain continues, each drop a tiny reminder of nature's steady, unfolding rhythm. As he leans into this simple act of listening, he begins to notice something subtle. The worries he carried earlier seem to soften, dissolving into the background of the rain's gentle song. It's as if, by simply being present with what is, he finds a quiet space within himself. The rhythm of the rain becomes a mirror, reflecting a truth that peace isn't something to chase or change outside, but something to notice inside when we allow ourselves to be fully present. In this stillness, he recognizes that each drop is part of his unfolding, part of this moment's gentle flow. And you, sitting here, listening now, can you feel a similar softness? Just for a moment, can you imagine yourself watching the rain, listening deeply, feeling that calm rhythm beneath your worries? What does it feel like inside your own body? To simply listen without needing to change anything. Perhaps you notice a sense of calm, or maybe a gentle awareness of your breath, or even a quiet openness. Just stay with that feeling, without a need to name it, for a breath or two. There's no need to search or fix, only to notice, to be present. If a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you, you are welcome to share it below and comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Chapter 6. A mother gently leans over her sleeping child, softly illuminated by the warm glow of a nightlight. The room is quiet, save for the gentle rise and fall of the child's breath, like a delicate rhythm that softly whispers in the stillness. Her hand rests lightly on the blanket, feeling its soft texture, smooth and comforting beneath her fingertips. She watches the peaceful expression on her child's face. Lips slightly parted, eyelids fluttering gently as dreams drift softly through their mind. The faint sound of breathing, the gentle rustle of the sheets, and the quiet hum of the night create a lullaby of calm. In this moment, she notices the pure innocence in her child's face, untouched by worry or need for fixing. There is a stillness that speaks of love simply being present, without effort or control. Her eyes soften, and she smiles quietly, knowing that love isn't about changing or fixing. It's about witnessing the beauty of what already is, right here, right now. The soft glow of the nightlight casts gentle shadows across the room, creating a cocoon of peace around them. She breathes in the quiet, feeling her own heart slow and settle into the rhythm of the night. The moment feels vast and gentle, like a pause between two notes, where everything is simply as it should be. And as we observe this mother in her quiet love, what does that deep sense of presence and acceptance feel like? Just for a moment, in your own body. Perhaps you notice a gentle stillness within, a space where love simply exists without needing to change anything. Just stay with that feeling, without a need to name it, for a breath or two. If a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you, you are welcome to share it below and comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Chapter 7. On this quiet mountaintop, a hiker pauses, standing still amidst the vastness. The air around them is crisp and cool, carrying a gentle whisper of wind that brushes softly against their skin. Beneath their feet, the uneven texture of rocks and dirt feels grounding yet delicate. Above, the sky stretches endlessly, painted in soft shades of blue and gentle streaks of pink as the sun begins to set. The horizon unfolds before them, revealing distant mountains and valleys that seem to melt into the soft glow of late afternoon light. As they stand there, they breathe in slowly, feeling the weight of the moment, listening to the faint rustling of leaves and the distant call of a bird. In this stillness, they are small, yet somehow connected to everything around them. The vast view reminds them that their sense of self isn't limited to their individual thoughts or feelings, but is part of a larger unchanging presence that holds all things in gentle unity. They take a moment to simply be, allowing themselves to rest in this expansive awareness. And as we watch this hiker stand in quiet reverence, what does that deep sense of being part of something larger feel like? Just for a moment, in your own body. Perhaps it's a gentle unfolding, a soft opening to the idea that you are not separate from the world around you. Just notice that feeling, without needing to change anything. There's no need to search for anything, just to notice the way your breath, your body, and your awareness can soften into that sense of unity. Maybe you feel a gentle connection to that stillness, a quiet knowing that rests beyond words. Just stay with that feeling, without a name, for a breath or two. If a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you, you are welcome to share it below and comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Chapter 8. In a quiet studio bathed in soft morning light, a dancer moves with gentle grace. The wooden floor feels warm beneath her feet, and the air is filled with the faint scent of jasmine and chalk. As she begins to sway, her movements are fluid, not driven by perfect form, but by a quiet surrender to each breath. Her arms rise and fall like gentle waves, and her dress catches the light with every turn, shimmering softly. She listens intently to the subtle sounds around her, her breathing, the faint rustle of her fabric, the distant hum of the city outside. Every motion flows seamlessly into the next, as if she is dancing with the rhythm of life itself, not trying to control it, but simply being a part of it. She moves without effort, her eyes close for a moment, feeling the stretch and release through her body. In that stillness, she recognizes that mastery isn't about perfection, but about surrender, about letting go of the need to command every step. Her dance becomes a gentle conversation with the present moment, each movement a reflection of trust and openness. And as we watch her dance in that quiet studio, what does that sense of flowing ease feel like? Just for a moment, inside your own body. Perhaps you notice a rhythm in your own breath, or a feeling of release in your shoulders. Maybe there is a gentle wave of acceptance that arises quietly within you. Just stay with that feeling, without needing to change anything, for a breath or two. There's no need to search for anything special. Simply notice how your body responds, how your mind might soften, how your heart can open a little more. When you allow yourself to surrender, even just a little, what might that teach you about your own dance of life? If a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you, you are welcome to share it below and comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Chapter 9. Imagine yourself sitting quietly by a gentle stream. The water flows smoothly over rounded stones, creating soft, rhythmic ripples that shimmer in the sunlight. You can hear the gentle sound of the water, a calming murmur that invites your attention inward. The air feels warm and still, with just a whisper of breeze that stirs the leaves nearby. As you watch, you notice how the water moves effortlessly, carried along by the current without resistance, flowing naturally over the rocks and around curves. You might feel a sense of ease in your body, a gentle rhythm matching that of the stream. Perhaps your gaze lingers on the shimmering surface, noticing how the water reflects the sky and the trees around it, constantly changing yet always present. In this quiet moment, you realize that the water doesn't struggle to move or force its way forward. It simply follows the flow, trusting in its own gentle nature. And as you observe, a subtle understanding begins to emerge. Life, like the stream, carries us effortlessly when we cease the struggle, when we simply be present with what is. Now, I invite you to reflect on this. And as we watch the stream flow peacefully, what does that deep sense of surrender feel like? Just for a moment, in your own body. How does it feel to let go of the need to control? To simply trust the flow of life? There's no need to search for anything right now. Just notice the quiet presence within you, the gentle current of trust that might already be there. Just stay with that feeling, without a name, for a breath or two. And if a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you, you are welcome to share it below and comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Chapter 10. In a quiet, dimly lit room, an old man gently lifts a small candle, its wick already prepared. As he strikes a match, a soft flicker emerges, casting a warm, dancing glow across the space. The gentle crackle of the match and the faint whisper of the candle's flame fill the silence. He watches intently as the flame begins to sway, shimmering like a tiny sun in the darkness. The air feels still, yet alive with a tender energy, as shadows softly dance on the walls. In that peaceful moment, he notices how the light doesn't need to be perfect, only recognized. The flame flickers and shifts, and he understands that the illumination he seeks outside, peace, clarity, light has been shining within him all along, waiting to be seen. The old man's eyes soften as he stays present with the gentle glow, feeling the warmth radiate through the air and into his heart. Outside, the night is quiet, but inside, a quiet knowing begins to emerge. And as we observe the old man in this quiet moment, lighting a candle in the darkness, what does that simple act remind you of in your own life? When you look within, is there a light already shining there, waiting for your acknowledgement? Perhaps you notice a small flicker of understanding or a gentle warmth that you hadn't fully seen before. Just notice that feeling, without needing to change it or hold on to it. There's no need to search for anything outside yourself. Just stay here with that gentle awareness, allowing it to deepen, if only for a breath or two. If a thought or a feeling has surfaced for you during this time, you are welcome to share it below and comment. Your reflections are held here with care. Remember, the light you seek is already within you, shining quietly, patiently, eternally.